Yo, this your boy, the Real McCoy, coming at you, man. We talking about my Dallas Cowboys, man, NFL, man, and you know, there's a lot of things, a lot of news, a lot of stuff we got going on, a lot of moving parts, man. And most of the stuff you guys probably already heard by now, man. Now, right after we lost to the Patriots on Sunday, I said that, you know, it's time to reevaluate our entire offense. And sure enough, that's what Jason Garrett said post-game press conference. So I was expecting to see some changes, more than likely this week and maybe even next week. But I guess for the most part, they've done it all this week, so the guys can get ahead of the curve and know what's the situation that's going on, and they can just prepare after the bye week, a much needed bye week. And this bye week came at a perfect time, so we reevaluate our offense, make the changes that we've made, and so the guys can start preparing for the Giants, week 7. You know what I mean? Who are winning the division now. They've won 3 straight after starting off 0-2. They're confident riding high. They felt like they should have beat us week 1. Probably should have, more than likely, clock management. So, I mean, so the guys can start preparing for that. And most of you guys know they started the bench Brandon Wheaton and bring in Matt Castle, who we traded for from Buffalo. Now, I guess the main question is Matt Castle, is he vastly better? Is he a huge upgrade over Brandon Wheaton? Not really. I mean, he's better. I think he's better than Brandon Wheaton at this level. But, I mean, it's not a huge, significant difference. At this point, Matt Castle is still he's a backup quarterback. That's what I think. He's a backup. You know, not saying that in a derogatory way. I just don't see him a starter over 16. Now, in 08, when Brady went down week 1, he did lead the Patriots to 11-5 season. But you can kind of contribute that to the system. That's why some people say that Tom Brady's success, he's not really the best quarterback ever because of the system. But that's a different debate. You know what I mean? That's a different video. Ain't getting into all that. But ever since then, I mean, he's the Vikings, he was in competition with Tyrod Taylor, EJ Manuel, and got beat out. Not saying that's a bad thing. Tyrod Taylor's playing well, things like that, but he's not a starter, you know. But I definitely understand why they made the change. I mean, Brandon Wheaton wasn't the reason why we were losing at all. You know, it wasn't all his fault, but at the same time, he wasn't lighting it up either. Wasn't really scratching the field, didn't want to turn the ball over, things like that. So he really wasn't lighting it up, but we can't throw all the blame on Brandon Wheaton at all. You know what I mean? But I understood it, because I said it in my video, and I was like, as Cowboys fans, would we complain if they made the change? No. It's trying to do anything to spark, you know what I mean? Spark the offense, man. And they decided to go ahead and make that change. I mentioned Ron O'Leary at left guard. Now, our offensive line in general hasn't played as well as most of us thought we would. You know, and O'Leary, he was a weak link, him, then maybe Doug Free. And Free's been okay. Travis Frederick, he's been okay. Our 2 studs, of course, Tyron Smith and Zach Martin, left tackle, right guard. You know, but O'Leary, he played horrible. He had a bad game against the Patriots, man. Holding penalties, things like that, giving up sacks. In my video, I said as far as reevaluating the offense, he was oh man. I'm watching Game 5 of the ALDS series in Major League Baseball. Jose Bautista just hit a 3-run home run. The Blue Jays. Anyway, man, I made a prediction video about that if you guys want to check that out. But anyway, man, when I talked about Ron O'Leary, man, it was you know, it was like he didn't play well. I said we had to reevaluate, and sure enough, I said Lyle Collins. Lyle Collins was inactive Sunday against the Patriots, but now he's coming in as a starter. Who's coming into the draft, just past draft over the summer. He was a first-round grade, first-round talent. You know, it's just that he had the issue going on. You know what I'm saying? And no GMs or owners. Nobody really wanted to take that chance, which I understood. If you look at the situation, most of us know by now. I understand that. So he's a starter now. Now, a lot of you guys may remember, may not know, but back in I think right after the draft, right after we signed Lyle Collins a few days after the draft, because he went undrafted. A few days after we signed him, Ron Leary's name came up for a trade for a running back, and you know, because we drafted Chaz Green from Florida. They're coming out. The Rangers and the Blue Jays might be a little brawl. It's getting a little heated. Elimination game. Anyway, man, Ron O'Leary's name came up to be traded for a running back. And because we got Lyle Collins, we had Chaz Green, the left tackle from Florida in the 3rd round. We had depth, and also we drafted, I think, Lawrence Gibson is his name. I think he's with the Chiefs practice squad. He was a big physical guy. He was a project though. And at that time, so we had 3 offensive linemen, and O'Leary was the weakest link. So we had depth, and we already got Tyron Smith and Zach Martin and Travis Frederick, and we re-signed Doug Free to a 3-year deal. His name came up in trade for a running back. Now Davis' name came up with the Chiefs. Now Jamal Charles just tore his ACL, so that won't happen. They need Now Davis. His name came up. Mark Ingram for the Saints, his name was mentioned. Matt Forte for the Bears, his name was mentioned. But if I heard correctly back then, they say that his contract was a little bit too much. They didn't think a running back was worth that much. Same reason why they let DeMarco Murray go. Doug Martin from the Bucks, his name came up, and they drastically need an offensive line to protect Jameis Winston. Now Winston, he needs to protect the ball himself, but Ron O'Leary's name came up. You know what I mean? He's still, because I believe he's an unrestricted free agent at the end of this year, and he's fairly cheap, making like $500,000-$600,000. So the trade deadline is November 3rd, I believe, right around week 8, and I believe that is week 8. So he still could be traded down the road. You know what I mean? And then they decided to make the switch with running back. I said we had to reevaluate everything on offense. They decided to make the switch to start Christian Michael over Joe Randall. And I said in the video, maybe we should go with Matt Castle and Christian Michael, and that's what they went ahead and did, just to spark anything, just to do something, you know. Now, if Christian Michael doesn't pan out, who knows? We could make that trade down the road for a Matt Forte. Now, the Bears already traded Bostic. They already traded Jared Allen. Matt Forte is an unrestricted free agent at the end of this year. You know what I mean? So they're probably going to want to get, instead of having him just walk away for nothing, the Bears may be looking to get something in return. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind having Matt Forte on the roster, you know. But that's all speculation. That's all speculation. But they're definitely making the changes, man. You need to do something. See, not all the blame is on Whedon, but we needed to do something. Matt Castle, I don't think is a huge upgrade over Brandon Whedon. It is a slight upgrade, no doubt, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, I still view him as just a backup. You know, Matt Castle. So, you know, another thing that kind of surprised me is Vincent Maley. Now, he was drafted, I think, by the Browns in the 4th round at wide receiver, number 85. If you guys didn't know, number 85. He actually got one target against the Patriots, I believe. It was incomplete, but he got waived on. He was active, but he got waived on Tuesday. The Cowboys waived him on Tuesday, and I thought maybe he could be a guy to add depth. Because right now, you look at Terrence Williams and Devin Street, they're having an extremely tough time beating one-on-one coverage. Extremely tough. And that's why I say no matter who your quarterback is, John Elway, Joe Montana, Dan Marino, you know what I mean, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, I don't care who your quarterback is, if your receivers can't get open, you know what I'm saying, you got to force throws and things like that. I mean, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But that's the issue. I mean, if the only person that's open is your slot receiver or the running back on the check down, they do what you got to do. Man, they're having see, week 3 against the Falcons, Street and Williams had no catches. And then against the Patriots on Sunday, they combined for 3 catches, 43 yards. That's it, between the 2 of them. You know, now some of them, Brandon Whedon, they want to risk those one-on-one throws, but I mean, I don't know. They decided the way Vince Melee, kind of a talented possession receiver. You know, we still got Bryce Butler, who was inactive. We went deep to him up against the Saints, Then he strained his calf. He should be active week 7 after the bye. You know what I mean? I think right now Bryce Butler and Dez are our most 2 talented receivers on the roster. You know, in my opinion, I don't think Dez is gonna be back week 7. So I don't know, but yeah, man. See, it don't matter who the quarterback is, man. It's if your receivers aren't getting open, if they're not beating one-on-one, what can you do? You know, so it wasn't all just on week. Some of it was on the receivers too, but with the receiver, it's easier to change out the quarterbacks than it is receivers. You know what I'm saying? But you know, hopefully, Bright, we can. It won't surprise me if they're making all these changes. It won't surprise me if we see more of Bryce Butler. You know what I mean? And like I say, when Dez come back, it won't surprise me if Butler and Dez are on the field, or our two starters down the road. It won't surprise me at all. You know what I mean? Because T Street and T Will and Devin Street, they're playing like number 3 receivers right now, both of them. You know, and Devin Street is a 3 receiver coming into the season. So Dez got hurt. You know, so we gotta, you know, I don't know. I don't know, man. But we needed to do something. Not saying this is gonna solve all the problems, all the issues, but we needed to do something. Something had to be done. No doubt about that. You know what I mean? What was good about today, Randy Gregory practiced today. And I've been saying it, man, since we drafted him. You know what I mean? And I found we knew about Greg Hardy's suspension. I said, I can't wait for Randy Gregory and Greg Hardy to be our 2 ends. Can't wait for that. Greg Hardy already showed what he could do against Tom Brady in the Patriots O-line. I mean, the Giants offensive line, they're not world beaters either. So, I mean, Greg Hardy did practice today. We get the bye week so he can still do rehab and treatment, whatever he need to do. As I said, the bye week was perfect for us. Got the bye week. I'm excited, man, for Randy Gregory and Greg Hardy to be on the field together. You know what I mean? Like I say, the less I see of Jeremy Mincey, the better. Like him, like his veteran leadership, like him in the locker room, adds depth. But talent-wise, the less I see Mincey, the better, man. And DeMarcus Lawrence is starting to step up. But Randy Gregory, Greg Hardy, like I said, some of you guys may disagree with those 2 pass rushers. That'll help our secondary, who, as far as coverage-wise, even though Mo Claiborne got his ankles broke by Julian Edelman, man. But it is what it is, man. You know, it wasn't like they scored 30, but you look at the numbers and things like that. I mean, they play as well as they could. Coverage-wise, our secondary is playing okay. They're playing. Tackling needs to be better, of course. Tackling needs to be a little bit better, but coverage-wise, they're playing okay. And when you got these pass rushers, that'll definitely help, no doubt. That's why some of you may disagree. I think we have the potential to have a top 10 defense this year. And that's probably why one of the main reasons why, right after the game, I heard that Romo was in the sling and Romo went up to Tom Brady and said, "I'll see you in February." I was like, whoa. I heard that today, matter of fact. Like, Romo said that. They're like, oh, man, okay. He told Tom Brady after the game, I'll see you in February. Hey, I don't know now. You know what I'm saying? Our defense has potential to be solid, man. Don't know. Like I said, with the whole Christian Michael situation and things like, I don't know. I'm just excited to see Randy Gregory back healthy, man. So, but it was cool to hear Romo saying that, man. I like that. No matter what, until the day I die, I'm gonna be a diehard Dallas Cowboys fan. But so we gotta look at some of the coaching. You know what I mean? We had better coaching. We should have beat the Saints. You know what I'm saying? Things like that should have been. And you gotta look at our front office, man. You know what I mean? As a fan, I bleed Cowboy blue no matter what. You know, but look at some of the moves the front office made. You know, at first they didn't want to give Dez the money that he deserved, and they ended up giving him. I mean, it wasn't a blow it away type of contract. It was what a lot of high-paid players get. So it wasn't he was getting $20 million a year, something like that. They didn't want to give Dez the money that he deserved. He should have been. He got it, but that whole situation should have never happened. Why we even got Brandon Wheaton in the first place? I think we had Kyle Orton on the roster at the time. He was about the same thing as Brandon Wheaton was. You know what I mean? He's not Wheaton because Wheaton started college so old because he was playing baseball. They were about the same age. Wheaton was a little bit younger. But he got cut by the Cleveland Browns. Their first round pick. He got cut. After what? 2-3 years? About 3 years with the Browns, they cut him. Then we bring him in. I really didn't get it, you know what I mean? So, but I understand, I understand we needed somebody to back up Romo. But since then, we haven't drafted a quarterback. We haven't drafted somebody we can come in and groom. We haven't done that. We didn't draft a running back. You know what I mean? But we go out, we got all these offensive linemen. So just look at some of the decisions that the front office, that's all I'm saying. Look at some of the decisions that they made. They thought DeMarco Murray wanted too much money. But they turned right around and basically give that exact same money to Tyrone Crawford. Now, if you guys want to check it out, about 3 weeks ago, about a month ago, I made a video about Tyrone Crawford's contract. I personally thought we overpaid him. Honestly, he's playing well. He's playing solid. But with hindsight, who we rather have right now? Tyrone Crawford, DeMarco Murray. You know what I mean? They gave Tyrone Crawford a $10 million signing bonus. The Eagles only gave DeMarco only $5 million. You know what I mean? And the yearly salary is about the same. So you gotta look at some of the moves the front office, some of the decisions that the front office are making here. You know what I mean? They didn't value the running back there. They had an opportunity, not saying it was guaranteed, but they were interested in Matt Forte for the Bears. I think Matt Forte is making about $7.5 million. That's basically what DeMarco Murray is making. So they had opportunities to shore up the running back position. During the draft, right after the draft, they can do it right now. If they called Chicago right now and said Matt Forte, I'm not saying, look, I'm just talking as a cow. I'm not an insider. I don't know anything about this. I'm just saying, we look at our front office and some of the decisions that they've made. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of this season, Matt Forte is an unrestricted free agent. If he says, you know what, Dallas, come get me. All I want is 7.5, maybe $8 million. Are we gonna say no again? We let DeMarco go, we turn down Matt Forte again. Then we gotta try and get a running back through the draft, something like that. Was it Ezekiel Elliott from Ohio State? I believe he's eligible to come out. He's gonna be a top 5, top 10 pick. You know what I'm saying? He probably won't be on the board. We have to trade it up or something like that. So I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm a diehard Cowboys fan. Don't get me wrong, but you look at some of the decisions that the Jones family have made. It's like, dang, you gave Tyrone Crawford that same money to DeMarco Murray. You thought Matt Forte made too much. You know what I mean? We got the trade that I hope Christian Michaels could pan out. I don't know, but what if he doesn't? You know what I'm saying? What if he doesn't? Is 7, 8 million? Is that too much for a running back? Well, apparently. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man. We definitely reevaluated the offense, man. I'm glad to see Randy Gregory back healthy and practicing. I'm excited to see Randy Gregory and Greg Hardy rush the passer. I'm excited about that. That's going to help our back end. McLean and Sean Lee, they didn't play that well together. I think that'll get better. I personally think so. But let me know what you guys think, man. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. You know what I mean? Some of the decisions the front office has made, I don't know. Questionable. They're questionable. Coaching, questionable, things like that. But with all that being said, man, I still think we got a chance to win the division, get into the playoffs. No doubt. You know what I mean? Let me know what you guys think, man. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff. I'm going to get back to this baseball game, man. These cats they done clipped the dugouts twice, I think. Anyway, let me know what you guys think, man. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, man. This your boy, The Real McCoy, man. I'm out, man. Peace.